The next speaker is the Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture. Order, honourable members. Order.
Honourable Deputy Speaker, you know, I teach my kids, I said to my kids always, most people don't live with reality. I said, if you want to be successful, look at your reality, not perception. America needs South Africa. South Africa needs America. If we don't work together, both of us shall lose, but South Africa shall lose more. America does not have doctors currently that's out of a job. We have medical students that don't have a job. Worse PEPFAR, without PEPFAR, it shall be worse. People are going to die. HIV/AIDS is going to kill our people. I am coming here today. If you hate America, that's fine. If you think this is about Donald Trump, that's even fine. But this is not about Donald Trump. This is about the 230,000 people that will be out of a job. This is about the people that will be dying. I'm not here. I don't care what you feel. So to South Africans, come here with a plan. Don't hi me here. You have medical aid. You have free medical aid. You have free state medical aid. You come here. Hi. I'm talking for the people with no medical aid. All the people in this tent have medical aid. And the ones that run to America, I want to warn you, we have a Minister of International Affairs. We have a president. The reason why you're not posting the pictures of your American stay, because you met the janitors, you met the people there at this gate. Show us who you met. So I want to say to South Africa, let's be calm. Let's fix our relationship. You talk about BRICS. Russia, rightly so. Russia jumped to the opportunity to restore the relationship with America. India was the first visit that happened, was India. Don't come here. The world is going right. You want to go this way. We need each other. So I want to say to South Africans, you can howl as much as you like. At the moment, we can't even give our doctors a job. In conclusion, because PEPFAR has been removed, there's now 17% of the money is gone. I want to ask the president of this country, can we immediately stop to give illegal foreigners any medical help? They should be banned from all our hospitals. They must go to their countries who has a good relationship with America. And I want to say to the Americans, they can say what? In 2000, when people were dying, George Bush gave money and he assisted. Some of us, we don't forget the persons. We have gratitude. I want to say, not everybody hates America. We don't hate America. And not everybody here is saying America should go to hell. Some of us are saying, stop listening to racists giving you wrong information, but let's get together, let us talk, let President Ramaphosa sit with President Trump in a room, and they worked out the deal. Illegal foreigners must be banned from all our hospitals starting from today. Salute.
The next speaker is the Honourable Mulder.
Honourable Deputy Speaker, The discussion we have today was brought to the House by the Honourable Mr. Malema, and it deals with the decision by the US government to halt aid to South Africa and our response thereto. And I wanted to thank Mr. Malema for bringing this topic to the House because I think it's a very important subject that we need to discuss. I was a bit concerned, Mr. Malema, with all due respect, when your speech was not so much a concern about the people affected by the halting of this aid, but I think it was to a very large extent a strong attack on the United States, and that obviously is your right to do so. Now, since PEPFAR was created in 2023, the United States has spent more than $8 billion, my apology, on this project in South Africa, which made a huge difference to many, many people. As a matter of fact, for this current financial year, 2025, an amount of $439 million were budgeted, but that is now being suspended. My concern is there's a much bigger threat in terms of what's happening at the moment. PEPFAR is part of that, but it's a small part of that. The United States is the second largest trading partner of South Africa. It plays a very important and a very pivotal role in our economy in that sense. And at the moment, we do have the situation where the relationships between South Africa and the United States is not in a good place. And I know that the Honourable Minister of International Relations is going to participate later. But at the moment, the trade between South Africa and the United States is an amount in totality of $21 billion per year. It's a huge amount, our second largest trading partner. Of that amount of money, the AGOA agreement accounts for 3.6 billion rand. And it's not true that the AGOA thing is in the favor of big companies, etc. If AGOA goes wrong, it is ordinary workers in the agricultural sector, in the automobiles sector. It will be ordinary workers that will lose their jobs. We cannot and we should not have that kind of situation. The problem is that our relationship with the United States is not in a good place at the moment. And it's not true that it suddenly changed now that Mr. Trump became the President of the United States. That's not correct. Under the Biden administration already, there was an agreement, a bipartisan agreement, to have the total relationship between South Africa and the United States revalued. A bill was passed in the Congress in July of last year to do exactly that and to look at our relationship with the United States. And it was passed a bipartisan bill with both Democrats and Republicans. The problem is this. The United States identified from their perspective that Russia, China, Iran and North Korea are their biggest threat to the United States' national security. And we must take note of that. When we continue to be a problem in that regard and try to create an impression that we want to be friends with all the people that the United States believe to be not on their side in terms of policy, in terms of national interest, we are creating our own problems. Maybe we should learn and take a lesson from Mr. Modi from India. India is a senior player in the BRICS alliance, senior partner there. But Mr. Modi visited the United States recently after Mr. Trump's election. He signed a very important trade agreement with the United States that also includes the delivery of weapons, etc., for the economy of India. What did he do? Mr. Modi did put India first. And my appeal would be to the Minister of International Relations, let's put South Africa first. Let's do what's in the best interest of our own country, our own citizens, and act in that manner. We don't have to choose sides for this and against that. Thank you very much.
The next speaker is the Honourable Trollip.
That we are having this debate today is a tragic legacy of 30 years of ill-considered and ill-fated choices made by this government. Churchill said about Britain's decision to sign the Munich Agreement in 1938, and I quote, "You've been given the choice between war and dishonor. You have chosen dishonor, now you will have war," close quote. The ANC have systematically chosen dishonor in their one-eyed international relations, and now we are going to suffer the consequences of these choices. Again, the fashionable acronym FAFO springs to mind. You've told Trump to leave us alone. One of your GNU ministers stood here and gave him the finger. Now we are alone. Naledi Pandor did everything conceivable to insult, infuriate, and alienate the USA while she was the Minister of International Relations. Yet she was the first to encourage the government to send envoys as quickly as possible to try and salvage our relationship with the USA. Amazing. Nomvula Mokanyana infamously said, "When the rand falls, we'll pick it up." When are you going to pick up the rand? The president said, "I'd rather be seen as a weak president than split the ANC." Well done, you've achieved both. But look what your philosophy of putting the party first and the country second has bequeathed us. You will blame AfriForum and Solidarity for Trump's punitive executive orders and possible repeal of AGOA. The scapegoating, though convenient, doesn't hold any water. Incidentally, who the hell do AfriForum, Solidarity and the DA think they are anyway? Who granted them SA envoy status to go cap in hand to canvass for the protection of minority rights in the USA? Something that never existed for majorities before 1996. These protections in our Constitution and Bill of Rights far exceed the protections of minorities in the USA. A former leader of the opposition wrote this weekend that AfriForum has been peddling years-long racially divisive disinformation campaigns. Where are the real SA envoys? Javier Milei recently said at Davos, and I quote, "Argentina faced 100 years of systematic economic failure as a result of taking weak stances on major global conflicts and as a result of having closed ourselves off to trade. We lost practically all international significance. Argentina has been infected by socialism for too long, and that it would once again embrace the ideals of freedom, defense of life, liberty, and private property," close quote. The world has embraced Argentina's commitment to these ideals and as an example of fiscal responsibility to their collective advantage. Yet, you have chosen the exact opposite and wonder why we are facing global isolation, distrust, and unprecedented poverty. Milei also said, and I quote, "The only thing that socialism produces is poverty," close quote. Yet we steadfastly adhere to this failed philosophy. We have become so dependent on foreign aid from wherever we can get it that the termination of US aid and PEPFAR will have deadly consequences. You couldn't balance your budget 2 weeks ago, and now you've got an additional 8.7 billion rand for HIV AIDS program shortfall. Have your newfound international friends and the US enemies Iran that you were posing with this week and our BRICS partners offered any assistance? No, I thought not. Because they've been beating a path to the Oval Office to ingratiate themselves with the New World Order Tsar. And they aren't interested in our self-inflicted wounds. They will only compound our economic travails and poverty. It's time to reevaluate our so-called non-aligned stance, pick a side in the New World Order,
your time is now
further
expired.
calamity.
Thank you. The next speaker